What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for sticking with us through a little bit of a technical difficulty, but for that, we're going to go ahead and speed right into this draft.
Yeah, so we are going to have the draft right now between BOM and AI. And it only took us quite a while. Oh no.
It's my
Yeah.
way or the highway.
It's okay. But all right, draft. Oh.
Well, I can see a little bit of research being done already. I have heard legend tells of the Odette combo with Johnson, which has been running amok in this tournament. So it does look like a little bit of research being done by BOM. They're not going to make the same mistake again.
Yeah, and on the side of AI, they're banning out the Comfort Terizla pick, and they're also going to get rid of the long-range Ixiom marksman. And I know how BOM likes to play their front damage marksmans. They like their Brody, and they like their Beatrix. So we'll see how this goes into the draft, yeah? What does Fish Gaming have for us in the last draft? Yeah.
Definitely excited. I mean, we know what the meta has been, as most eyes have been on MPLI, but it's going to be really exciting to see kind of how maybe we change it up here at the high note here in Hawaii, still in North America. Ooh, a Zask take out there. A little bit, definitely has to be a specific read coming from BOM.
Well, AI does have a history of playing Zask in the mid lane lately. They really like to just have the control for their mid lane and set up with hard damage in the late game, so it makes sense to me.
And we're going to see what we prioritize. I mean, typically, I see a lot of people like trying to prioritize that XP lane, and I want to say almost kind of a little bit of a flex pick, unless they usually like playing this in the XP lane. I know it can kind of flex to that jungle role as well for Xborg, but I do like this as a good first pickup.
Yeah, and there we are with the Yuzong pick. In my personal opinion, I think Yuzong is a winning matchup against most meta EXP laners in the EXP lane. And the initiation from his ultimate is going to make this really difficult for AI in the team fights.
It can be a 2, especially if you're looking, if AI is looking for somebody that's going to be deep in the back line. Yuzong's going to be able to close that distance right away with that black dragon. And that might be something that they're going to be looking for on their side, because I don't really see, that actually, as I said that, yeah, you have the Hayabusa coming in there, which is pretty much the backline diving assassin there with that quad shadows he can put out to just dive immediately and then throw out that shadow kill as well. Oh, if he sticks with it. Oh, it looks like we're kind of flexing around here. Just juke me out here.
And we're picking up the Edith as well. She has a lot of pressure in the early game with her CC abilities, and if you get her out of handle in late game, she can burn right through a team. So I'm not surprised. Works quite well against the Yuzong pick.
Yeah, a lot of tankiness on the side of AI there. They have the Edith pick, they have the Xborg, so they're gonna have that front line and then the setting potential from the Edith, which I'm gonna assume is going to be going into the roam position here. And we've seen it before in North America where Edith can just run amok. We've seen Chicken, who likes to actually got flexed into a roam position and played that Edith very well and with a lot of success.
Right. And I feel like the key for AI right now is going to be the initiation off of Edith and Xborg. Because not only does Xborg's ultimate give a lot of pressure with the true damage, but Edith can also pick up anything with a CC pick if she stays for a while.
Yeah, really interesting here is we do have a Kagura pick as the last pick for them. They are still, it looks like BOM is reading a very tanky composition. You see them taking out that Barats, very worried that he would kind of be that frontliner for them. An interesting thing here is as we have the Kagura, and as a mage, I almost feel like her range is not as long as I would like for a lot of mages, and especially for a composition that doesn't really have any kind of like real backline diving just yet. So Kagura actually needs to stay actually dangerously close to the front line to actually get those pickoffs on the squishier heroes. And right now, her only real target is that Beatrix.
Right, and I personally agree as well. The Kagura is gonna have a hard time against a frontline composition like this, and with your only way out usually being your Purify skill on your second skill, and she's not seeming to run Flicker, she's gonna have a one-way escape from these CC setters.
You should.
Oh, we do have the Fredrin pickup. That man,
Fredrin.
he's been in the meta for, I want to say at least since he's come out now and kind of stayed in there. That tankiness that he provides, and then the front line damage with that Appraiser's Wrath and a Diggy. This, I haven't seen it as much in the pro scene, but I will say it has been a menace right now when it comes to Mythic Glory ranked matches. Diggy able to set aside, especially with the amount of CC that you have on the side of BOM. This is a great pickup, and they don't exactly have the burst just yet that could be able to take out Diggy early game, which is where you really want to kind of hold him at.
Yeah, and AI picks up their Comfort, Popo, and Koopa pick. I don't know if you know this private answer, but the Popo has been tearing through the games lately. Every single time they prioritize their gold lane, and he just gets more and more fed and more of a challenge in the late game.
Yeah, very interesting. It does look like we are setting in. This is the draft that we're going to be going with. Interesting enough for me. Let's go with you. First of all, Sabuna, whose draft do you like better here?
In my personal opinion, I would have gone with BOM, but considering that AI has picked up the Diggy here, and they're going to have a way to get out of the CCs, along with a personal shield on top of his ultimate, I favor AI in this matchup.
Yeah, that's going to be, I do want to say there are a lot of boxes that BOM need to check to make sure that they are successful. The late game when it comes to Bruno, and especially that distance. Bruno, another hero whose range is not the greatest, and he actually needs to get very close to the fight to actually execute a lot of that damage. But they do have a lot of CC. We're going to see if they can make those time journeys from Diggy be spent defensively instead of offensively. That is the key for BOM to take it here. But ladies and gentlemen, we are in game one of AI taking on Bring Out Madness, a rematch from the upper bracket to see if BOM can get that revenge.
Right. And like you said, Dancer, the key to this is BOM understanding when they can engage and when they should be backing off. Considering the fact that they have mostly frontliners and their damage dealers do not have that much range, it's going to be difficult to get in there.
Yeah, we're going to see a little bit of damage already at Siante Dope, taking a heap of it. It's going to have to back off. While Yuzong does have that great amount during team fights, in the laning phase, he does suffer against a few picks there. You can see a little bit of babysitting being done here by both roams for both teams.
Right. And, I mean, just the bottom lane now, you have the X-Work pushing your lane. It's going to be a lot of pressure if he manages to get to that turret and get some gold.
Yeah, you can see the dancing beginning here. We're going to be looking for a gank as this goes into the 1:30 moment. They want to go ahead, set up that gank, try to put some pressure before this first turtle comes up in 30 seconds.
Right, and here comes Fredrin. I assume he's going to stay in the bush here and wait for an opening. Oh,
yeah, he's on the side here, being a little slippery here. A great job by zoning out by Heaven on this Diggy. You got to kind of keep that range about him. And Fredrin's not actually going to be able to make anything happen out of this.
All right. Yeah, and now we see the three-man strong rotation heading down to the turtle. And it's going to be a 4v3 on the turtle in the standing right now. Oh, wait. The Yuzong is deciding to recall back. So for now, we're just going to play neutral turtle right now, but the Popo wants to start it. Oh no, here we go.
Yeah, a good opportunity too. As the Yuzong teleported away, a good time for them to go ahead and start on this, because that meant that BOM was not in a position. Down to about 10%. We do have the Yin Yang overturn by Fish Game, who finds a kill. A Princess Rat comes down, and Clay TZ finds himself a turtle. He might not find his way out. Fish Gaming gets killed on the way out. So a kill for a kill, but the turtle going to BOM.
Yeah, and here comes the jungle pressure. Not only do they take the turtle, but they want to get this blue from the Fredrin. Can he do anything about it? Let's see.
Yeah, a lot of offense here. Four people there. He gets the blue, the purple, but is he going to be able to get out? It doesn't look like it. Tommy able to put the finishing touches. Leo in the midst of it. He goes down as well. And right now, Bring Out the Madness need to recoup 2 deaths for the price of a purple. Hen puckering up a little at the top lane, just narrowly gets out of the way of that huge shot from Zero.
Yeah, and I assume that Zero is just gonna farm up here, gonna get out and play safe, because he seems to be BOM's hope for dealing damage in the mid game at this point.
Yeah, right now with BOM taking a lot of hits right now in their jungle, and with a lot of these rotations, it does seem like a lot rests on the side of Zero, and he's doing his job, able to handle his match up there while Diggy goes away. But that's why you see this pressure starting to mount up there. And you can see 3 members from BOM up there getting ready. A little bit of a waiting game down at bottom, waiting for Ciante Dope to make a mistake, maybe put himself out a little too far at the bottom lane. Still waiting to see what's gonna happen here.
Yeah, and I feel like even if Ciante Dope does get caught in the bottom lane here, he has his ultimate, which is an anti-CC ultimate. He can get out of any situation given the right circumstance.
Ooh, it does look like they're going in at the bottom. Black Dragon is out way low. Only 5% health left on him. Tommy finds a tower for them. Great job by AI to go ahead, zone out the XP laner, and pick up that tower. Meanwhile, Bring Out the Madness going to go ahead, start on this turtle. They're going to go ahead, try to go ahead and even out the cost. 3 members here. Clay TZ. Here comes Arlen looking to try. Oh, Clay TZ able to get it out. Hen just a little late on that ultimate.
Yeah, and no worries here. Now BOM is reset. They just need to go back to their lanes and farm up if they can. I mean, the Yuzong not having a lane is going to add pressure to your bottom, but he's probably just going to roam around to the center here and see what happens.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Bring Out the Madness, bottom lane just seems to be getting pressured enough to where Ciante Dope can't join fights, can't get the farming in, and once it gets to these team fights, he actually might have a problem getting into that back lane without getting bursted down. While they are able to have success at the top, Bring Out the Madness needs to get some type of protection at the bottom as well.
I agree. It's going to be very difficult given he's behind right now in the EXP, but we're setting up for a little gank here, giving themselves our vision. Let's see what happens here and see if Leo can make an opening for his team.
Yeah, 3 members at the bottom. Tommy does spot out Leo. Some bunnies tossed in there for good measure. Now we have 3 members up at the top. You can see Ciante Dope in here taking some damage from a McLab. and look at the chunk.
McLab dives in.
Wow. Gonna go ahead and clean house at the bottom. Meanwhile, up at the top, trying to put on the damage. You do have the ultimate coming out as well, and they are getting popped up. Clay TZ, a beautiful pick up there by Fish Gaming, able to take down Heaven and Hell and Bring Out the Madness, pushing through onto the top lane. But as this is happening, pressure mounting at the bottom.
And this is exactly what BOM needs. They need to pressure in their team fights and push the fact that they have a superior team composition when the Diggy isn't around. And you saw Fish go right for the Diggy, because the moment the Diggy's out of the equation, they have no way to deal with these CCs.
Unfortunately for the side of Bring Out the Madness, while they do take out the Diggy, while they do win the fights up at the top, they are unable to transition these kills into objectives. While on the other side, AI, able to get those kills, transitions it immediately. They don't even need the kills to go ahead and start forcing themselves onto the tower as well. And that's the difference in the game here, is that Bring Out the Madness needs to start getting some of these objectives, or through to the mid game, they're going to have a huge amount of problem. As I say this, Big Umbrella goes latching on. You can see that Appraiser's Wrath coming down onto McLabs, trying to see if he can stop them. I think Last Insanity is going to, nope, he doesn't even have his ultimate. He's not going to be able to use it. This is going to be a clean turtle pickup for the side of Bring Out Madness. They're continuing.
Ooh.
Fish Gaming
Very
doing a
nice.
number onto AI right now. Big pop-up does land on a Clay teasy. He's in trouble here. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it out of here. Fish trying to throw out the umbrella to facilitate an escape, but not able to do it. Big Minoan Fury lands, but the Diggy all able to clean house, and Fish Gaming gets taken out by Arlen, but not before taking out somebody of their own. Black Dragon is out. Ciante Dope trying to put under the damage, looking for Hen. Is he going to be able to get it? Hen taken down. Ciante Dope gets taken out himself from Tommy, and Zero finds himself a kill onto Ciante Dope. 7-6 right now in favor of AI.
And given the circumstances, Dancer, who do you think has the better chance in the late game right now?
Honestly, it comes down to playthrough right now. I can see both people doing very well. Late game, I do want to say bring out the madness because of Bruno. If they play it right, if Leo gets in there, if they're able to take out, as I say that,
there's a solo like this.
Again. This is what I was talking about, that burst that you need to be able to take out Diggy. And if you have that, this is the perfect opportunity. And bring out the madness needs to kind of gather around that. Once you take out the Diggy, you are prime and ready to go ahead and take out AI because they have nothing to counter the amount of CC that you have.
Yeah, I agree. But given Diggy can just float around with the respawn time, he's going to be around for the team fights as much as he can be. But if there is a full man team fight, taking out the Diggy is probably BOM's first priority, I'd say.
Well, it just depends because depending on the placement, Diggy's going to want to hang out in the back. You want to be able to initiate, especially with the Black Dragon. We had a great fight for them because the longer it went on, you had an opportunity for Ciante Dope to come in from the flank, get himself pick up a kill. But as I say that, right now, Fish Gaming goes in. We do have a time journey picked up there. Fish Gaming in trouble, gets taken out by Heaven. This is not good. Fish Gaming still able to take out Heaven, and Ciante Dope coming in, finding his own kill as well. Looking good for Bring Out the Madness. AI might want to think about this engagement because they do not have the fight, they do not have the health, and they're going to go ahead and continue anyway. Tommy, not afraid, putting that dog into harm's way. Arlen able to steal the Lord away from Bring Out the Madness, and you see the quick escape. Black Dragon, not enough to chase. Arlen actually in a little bit of trouble. Does pop them up. He actually might not be able to get away here. He's trying, zigzagging, taking them to Juke City. He is able to get to the safety of the tower.
Yeah, and he gets away. He just outplayed them by range completely. And Arlen lives to see another day in the land of Dawn.
What a great engagement there. AI, even though they lost Heaven, their Diggy there, still able, Arlen, I mean, showing them Jimmy legs, them dancing shoes he has out there, able to steal the Lord, and then zigzag his way back to safety. And right now, AI in great control right now of this game.
And here comes that damage from Sarah you're talking about. He's starting to hurt. You can see it on McLavis. One hit and he's already down a quarter of his HP.
Yeah, and you can see Arlen doing a good job of trying to stay up in front. Oh, McLab, he's right in the middle, does have that last insanity, locking onto Zero. Is that going to be enough? He is going to be able to use that flicker. Leo in the back line with the Minoan Fury. Big time journey, able to cancel it out, and Tommy able to take out the roamer for BOM. Fish Gaming using that umbrella to get themselves out of harm's way, and a little bit of a healing pool there from Heaven to be able to clean up shop and secure this mid tower.
And it looks like AI is trying to walk right down the mid lane and take both of these turrets. See what happens. Oh, engaged by McLavitz. Here we go.
Yeah, a great job zoning them out. Ooh, and he activates that immortality, dove in deep. I want to say AI is just doing such a more superior job of securing these objectives. You see a big pop-up. Zero is down for the count. That's a big amount of damage off the board for Bring Out the Madness. They are trying to close this off. Clay Teasy out for the count. Big last insanity almost takes out Fish Gaming. He's going to have to go ahead, heal up. Can the team of AI close it up early? We're only at the 12-minute mark, and they have pushed all the way to BOM's core.
Yeah, and I mean, Arlen getting the pick on the Suro is really the key here. The moment he was taken out of the equation, it just seemed like BOM was lacking their damage.
There's great patience there by Heaven. The umbrella came out for the yin yang overturn, and they still use that time journey. But now, overstaying their welcome. Heroes are low, still trying to burst them down. Fish Gaming able to take down. It did look like McLab and Hen got taken out there, and overstaying their welcome. AI has to run and hide. Arlen, the only person to survive the massacre of his team.
And given that they just wiped the whole entire team of AI, I think BOM's just gonna go ahead and burst this lord down while they can.
Yeah, they need to be able to take this advantage too, because they were well behind for a bit, and this just tied it up. You wouldn't think it, but they're both within like 500 gold of each other, and it's looking like all it takes is a successful fight. They stayed too long in the base. They allowed Zero to come back up, and he just came out dishing up the damage for AI.
It's going to be very, very difficult here to push into the base, from, in my opinion, on the side of AI. Considering that the Bruno is now getting much more fed, he's going to be a problem if they don't single him out.
Yeah, we're going to see if they can. It's all about that target, that focus, and trying to be patient with some of these abilities. Fish Gaming, I've noticed she goes in with that umbrella, or Fish Gaming, they goes in with that umbrella, and that's when the time journey comes out, as soon as that yin-yang overturn comes out. So you have to be a little bit more patient. Maybe throw out that umbrella, maybe start it before you teleport it into there to kind of bait out that Diggy ult. You want that Diggy ult. Oh, as I say that, goes in. See, there goes the Diggy ult. So now the team does not have it for this fight. BOM sees it. Leo goes in with them and no Fury trying to pop up onto 1-0, takes down the tower. Black Dragon is out. Zero finds a kill onto Heaven. Black Dragon not able to find a kill. The rest of them looking to back up. Here comes the last Insanity. Finds a kill. Ciante Dope is down to Hen there. Arlen is chasing, and how do you turn around a fight like that? Look how low they are on the side of AI. Trying to come in. Fish Gaming gets taken out by Tommy.
Wow. And that engagement really just, Fish singling out the Diggy at the start was the key to it, because the moment that they saw Diggy had no ult, Leo immediately jumps in and just ults on top of the whole entire team, making it so difficult for AI, but they overextended and they got punished for it, as you can see.
Yeah, well, the only problem is that when Leo went in, I think he wasn't patient enough, because he didn't get deep enough into enemy lines to be able to get that onto more than one hero. I think he got Arlen popped up in there, but that's not the hero you want. You want to get at least 3 people in that kind of Minoan Fury. That takes them all out of there. That means that your team can jump in there and isolate and take down and burst down those heroes without too much of AI being able to contest it. Unfortunately, little bit of a misplay. I do like the reinforcement though. As soon as Diggy went down, they were ready. They just need to get just a little bit, work on their micro just a little bit further.
I agree, and it's, in this stage of the game, it's all going to be about who has their ult and who doesn't. And I think BOM realizes this, and they're playing around the fact that AI has an ult that can immune through any CCs. Here we go, going on to McLab. Little back up.
Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot of things burned out there to put the damage onto McLab. I do like that we didn't execute a lot of ultimates on him. They went out, they put some damage on, they weren't able to burst him down, they took off that shield, and then they backed up a little bit. Good, smart play by Bring Out the Madness, who needs to put something together, or AI is going to have pretty much a free lord. You see how fast Tommy's chunking this thing down.
Oh, and that's gone already. Cianodope's late to the party.
I thought there was a lord there. Leo in trouble. Here's gonna activate that Minoan Fury. You can see it. Do we have that time journey out just yet? Still waiting for it to come out. There it is. Have the Black Dragon coming in there. Appraiser's Wrath down. Leo takes the brunt of the blow, and that is 1 down for AI. 2, 3 down for Bring Out the Madness now, and BOM gonna have to find themselves an escape. Oh, it does look like Fish Gaming in a little bit of trouble. Gonna use that umbrella to get away, and escorting this Lord down to the mid lane to take it down is AI. Fish Gaming alone to fight off 4 members trying to go in. Woo! Actually activates 2 immortalities, but that is gonna be first game going to AI.
Wow, well, quite a fun game we had for our first game. It was very interesting with BOM trying to play around AI's Diggy pick. And as you can see, it didn't end up that they won, but they're definitely figuring out AI strategy, that's for sure. What do you think, Dancer?
For me personally, it felt like BOM's composition came on just a little bit too late. You saw down in the bottom lane a lot of trouble down there for the side of BOM, getting pushed back a lot, and it was a while before Yuzong could actually join the fight. Or the mid game, you did see a lot of hope for BOM, but in the early game, objectives, pushing. It didn't matter about the kills. That was all going over to AI. And then once you were in the late game, to the point where BOM was having success, it was already too late because the success wasn't enough, because there were still those little mistakes that AI was able to take advantage of.
I agree, and AI definitely understood when they were at an advantage and they didn't let it get away from them. They kept on pushing their advantages, not only in the bottom lane, but on every objective they could. And it made it so much more difficult for BOM to stay in this game.
A very interesting MVP goes to Arlen. Only one death that entire game. Did a great job of kind of being the front line there, especially with the damage that Zero was dishing out there. So congrats to Arlen there. A great MVP for them. And we're going to see if hopefully BOM have something in the tank and a plan here for this next game. Because I'm not even sure that was really a draft problem, but it did seem like when it actually came down to the actual execution of it, BOM did have a little bit of problems with it.